Drop your weapon. You have 15 seconds to comply.
Pure, spin it backwards. Yep. There we go. Pure versus special. Special. Okay, I'm not gonna even try any more beatbox. Except down at the 5 o'clock position in green is pure ownage, and down at the 8 o'clock position in blue is special. Now, I have to admit, this is a particularly rare situation for me. Usually, I know a little bit of something about every single player I commentate on, just because I watch Pro League games, all kinds of Pro League games. And I might have seen special Pro League games at some point, but I don't remember any. I can't remember any special game I've watched. I definitely haven't commentated on any, so I am flying blind here. I don't know hardly anything about special. I know that he's probably a new player. I didn't look back on his first played game or anything. That's what I usually do to figure out how old a player is, how long they've been on the scene. But I did catch the number of games he's played. I looked at that a few days ago, and he hasn't played very many games, so I'm going to consider him a new player, even if he's been around a long time. He hasn't played many televised games, that's for sure. But he beat Luxury, so that's definitely something. Luxury and Yellow, the two Wonder Twins, haven't been playing spectacularly recently, but there's still certainly no pushovers, so Special got some skills. And he's definitely going to need them against Pure. Pure is kind of an anomaly. He's a very strange player, but I would definitely consider him a great Protoss. He definitely has the potential. That's the word I want. He definitely has great potential to be a really good Protoss player. But still, in the last OSL, he made a lot of really silly mistakes that ended up pushing him out of the OSL, particularly against Zerg. His versus Terran is still very, very good, but his game sense is a little bit questionable. His mechanics are really strong. I think his mechanics are some of the best of any Protoss player out there right now. Just really, really good mechanics, good multitasking, good micro, very good micro at some points, great macro. So like I said, very good potential in Pure. I definitely want him to move forward, mostly because I don't know anything about Special. But of course, if Special beats Pure today, he'll definitely have a little bit of cred, and I'll know a little bit more about this player. Yeah, Pure, I wanted him to move up a little bit further in the last OSL. He's been one of my favorite Protoss players to just watch. He makes a lot of mistakes, but if he stops making mistakes, man, he's going to be, well, I guess you could say that about any player. If they stop making mistakes, they'll play well. Really, Nuke. Thank you for the update. Yes. But yeah, he makes more mistakes than a lot of other Protoss players, and they're very frustrating mistakes. Like when he took down one of Calm's bases. Calm was putting up a third base, third hatchery, and he cannon rushed it, put cannons behind it, and took it out. And at that point, he was sitting pretty. He was going to win the game. All he had to do was lay back and defend. And I think many viewers, myself included, could have told him, hey, Calm just lost his third hatchery. He's going to try some kind of rush strategy to win this game. There's no other way he's going to be able to win. But that never clicked in Pure's head. For some reason, he never thought of that scenario. So he played very sparingly, put down not enough cannons to defend against anything, and Calm ended up going 2-base Muta and destroying Pure's build. And that was very frustrating to watch as a viewer and a commentator because he definitely should have beat Calm there. Uh-oh, Special, it looks like he's going to do some fishiness, or maybe he's just being goofy here, running around with SCV, getting the scout on the probes. Way to go, Special. That's one special SCV you've got there. So he's probably going to have to wait until that one mineral patch is mined out. One of the mineral patches has very few minerals, I think 100. So once that's mined out, he'll be able to run through. It looks like he's trying to deny mining a little bit, but the Dragoon's out for pure, so that SCV is not going to get anything done. I guess he thought he wouldn't be able to sneak into the main and get any more scouting information there, so he's just going to hang out behind the natural, see if he can see anything coming up there, maybe try to glitch his SCV through at one point. But yeah, like I said, I am feeling very uncomfortable casting this right now because I don't know much about Special. The good thing is, though, I've casted a lot of pure games. I know how he plays. I know how strong he is against Terran in particular. And his games against Lita were the best sets of the last OSL. I've mentioned that before. And he played Lita on what is basically this map, El Nino at the time. And he ended up losing, but man, he put up a hell of a fight. Got to Arbiters. The map was pretty much mined out. He played very conservatively, and still Lita was able to crush him there, but he got back at Lita big time in the third set, even though Lita was using nukes and all kinds of other stuff. He went for a carrier tech switch and just completely slaughtered Lita there, kept him inside of his bases. Very exciting game. The third set, I'd say, is the best set, was the best set of that particular series. Looks like Special is gearing up to get out all kinds of units to get the contain finally on Pure. Pure is going to be able to get his third base up and running by the time Special is trying to come in with a dropship or something. I think that's the tough part for Protoss on this map, is dealing with drops. Of course, Protoss could definitely go for drops themselves, but it's still a lot more difficult, I think. With Terran, you can get a couple of vultures. They have very good range, especially siege tanks. Siege tank range would definitely just destroy a mineral line. I mean, just imagine a couple of siege tanks down there at the 6 o'clock position, well out of range of Dragoon fire behind that mineral line. It takes forever to get rid of siege tanks. So the Protoss are usually playing the defensive on this map with their shuttle play. Well, yeah, with their shuttle play. While the dropship's coming in for the Terran with siege tanks and very fast, annoying vultures. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Pure go for somewhat of a interesting strategy, try to end this game a little bit earlier so he doesn't have to deal with siege tanks all over the map. But still, Special is looking very finicky there, like he's sniffing around. Very rat-like, I have to say. That's not an insult. I've had pet rats. Some of my favorite pets, I have to say. Rats are adorable pets. I don't get why people don't like them, but anyways, well, I guess because they spread disease. But here come a couple of vultures from Special. Wow, he got by with one, but it's in the red, so I don't think it's going to last too much longer. So there that goes. He didn't even get the scout on the 6 o'clock position coming up for Pure. Maybe he scanned that earlier, but he might not know about that base coming up. He might assume it, but he's going to have to get some kind of scouting out there. Maybe that's what he's going to do with his vultures right now. Coming up the map with a couple of vultures. Coming up there, it looks like he's going to expand to the inside base. This is what pretty much every Terran does on this map. It's what Flash did to Movie on this map in the finals. Well, this map. El Nino, a version of this map, went for that inside, protected it with all kinds of tanks, and it makes the Protoss want to attack that line, but with the right siege tank line, there's pretty much no way you can break that, so it gives you kind of a free base, and then you curl up and try to take the other maps just surrounding your base. Plenty of minerals around there to mine. Observer going down for Pure. Looks like he's going to be in the dark a little bit longer. He has a couple more observers out there, though, so it shouldn't be a big deal. But yes, looks like these guys are just macroing up. I don't think we're going to see action for a little while longer, unless someone goes in for an economic harass soon. But Special, yeah, Special is just going to play defensively, take that inside 9 o'clock base. So yes, actually still feel a little bit out of breath. I've been doing some crunches, all kinds of crunches actually, trying to get back into shape, get rid of this winter flab. Because before winter, I was actually in pretty good shape. Well, before I started my office job. This is the first office job I've had as a copy editor. So, yes, I'm starting to put on the pounds again, which is very annoying. In 2008, when I started commentating, that's when I was going crazy. My girlfriend had dumped me. I was like, well, what am I going to do? So what I decided to do was grow a beard and just run a lot. I just ran all the time and got in really good shape. I had a big beard, and yeah, I drank nothing but water and pretty much ate nothing but bread. It was a very interesting time of my life. I was commentating at the same time, too, so very, very strange. But yes, I got in really good shape, and then I worked at Target after that, so I maintained a pretty good shape. Maintain a good shape. Pear shape, there you go. Well, I'm not pear-shaped, whatever. But yes, I'm starting to gain that back, and I'm getting annoyed. So I'm trying to do some crunches, doing some push-ups. Going to try to get away from soda, but we'll see how that works out. You guys are going to have to remind me. You're going to have to say, no soda, Nuke. Yes, just leave that as a comment, and I'll go, I can't drink soda because my subscribers said I can't. But okay, the Dragoons are out there. It looks like Pure is thinking about macroing up now, too. Now that Special is floating his command centers all over the place, man, Special is going heavy macro mode. He's definitely doesn't seem to be a very aggressive player from what I can tell so far.